Hi there. Today, we are going to give a tutorial on how to retarget Animate3D generated animations to Unreal Engine 5.5. As we know, Animate3D is an AI motion capture service produced by DeepMotion. You can convert a 2D video into a 3D animation using Animate3D. This is the website for Animate3D. If you want to create 3D animation from 2D video, you can go to the Create menu, find a video that you want to perform motion capture from. Drag and drop the video right into the Animate3D video upload interface. Let's check whether the video looks good. Okay, that's great. Now, let's start to perform AI motion capture from the video. First thing first, we need to make sure to use a character model that is compatible with Unreal Engine. You can go to the character selection screen here and pick a UE-compliant character. Currently on the Animate3D platform, there are two characters that are compatible with Unreal Engine. The first one is the adult male, UE. The second one is the adult female, UE. For this demo, let's pick the adult male, UE character. Press the Apply and Close button. With the character selected, now let's set up some animation settings for the optimal result. First, we would like to set the foot locking mode to never. Because the guy is doing an aerobatic motion, we do not want the feet to be locked on the ground. Therefore, never will work the best for this kind of in-the-air motions. Second, we would like to adjust the speed multiplier to compensate for the slow motion in the input video. If you play this video, it's pretty slow, almost like a slow motion. In order to help the AI capture the motion correctly, we encourage users to dial up the speed multiplier to compensate for the slow motion in the input video. In this case, let's say, the input motion speed is only 1/4 of the normal speed. We need to dial up the speed multiplier to 4x to compensate for the slow movements in the input video. Last, let's give it some motion smoothing. Why don't we set the smoothing to 0.7? That's a pretty good amount of smoothing to make the result motion fluid. With that, we are going to push the button to create animation. And confirm. We have just submit our motion capture job to the DeepMotion server. It will take about 30 seconds to perform the AI motion capture from the input video. Alright. The 3D animation is created successfully. We are going to preview the 3D animation captured from the input video. Now, let's see how the result looks like. I think it's pretty good. As you can see, DeepMotion's Animate3D can accurately capture the human motion from the input video. And then use the animation to drive a 3D character to move around. Here is the 3D animation we generated from 2D video. After you are happy with the result, you can export it as a FBX file that you can import to Unreal Engine for your other projects. So let's do that. We'll come back to the main interface and press download. We will download as FBX. Let's give it a name simpler to manage. We will call it, say, Man on a Bar. Save. Okay. Let's check out the zip file we downloaded. If we unpack the zip file, we will get two FBX files. One FBX has T-pose in its file name, and it has a T-pose as its first frame. The other one does not have a T-pose as its first frame. We will use the one without T-pose. Again, we will rename it to a shorter name for easier management later. Just call it Men on Bar. FBX. Now we will see how to import this to Unreal Engine 5. This is Unreal Engine 5.5. First, let's create a placeholder project for this import job. We can use the third-person template for this purpose. Give it a project name. Let's say Animate3D. Import. Create. We just used Unreal Engine 5 to open our placeholder project. Let's import our animation asset into this project. We can simply drag and drop the FBX into the content folder of our project. That will open the Import Content Settings window. OK. First, let's make sure we check the Import Skeletal Mesh option. Second, let's go to the Animation section. And make sure we check the Import Animations option. And then, make sure to check this Snap to Closest Frame Boundary option. This is important, because it will ensure the number of frames we imported are consistent with the FPS of the imported animation. If you don't check this, it may fail to import the animation. OK. After check all these options, we push the Import button. As you can see, it imported the original animation here. This looks great. Next, let's retarget this animation to a UE character. You can right-click this animation asset and then select the Retarget Animations. Then, pick a target skeletal mesh from the UE project. Any skeletal mesh humanoid character should work. We will pick a default character here. For example, the SKM Quinn. Alright. As you can see, there is an option called Auto-Generate Retargeter. This is the auto-retargeting function introduced in UE5. Let's make sure to check this option. Once checked, it will automatically create the mapping from the source skeleton to the target skeleton for automatic retargeting. Let's see how it looks. Wow! So the man on the bar becomes a female on the bar, and it looks pretty smooth. Let's make sure, pick the animation track you want to retarget. You can double-click that animation track to preview the animation. After you are satisfied with the animation result, you can export the animation here. Let's use the default export settings. Export. It will generate the exported animation asset here. Let's check it out. Yes, in the content folder, there is a retarget animation created. Let's check out how it looks like. Great, I think we have a very smooth female on the bar animation now. That will conclude our tutorial for Animate3D to UE5, animation import and automatic retargeting. Thank you. Wish you have a lot of fun, capture a lot of motions from videos and retarget them to UE seamlessly.